Okay. Hello. Hi Cody. Thank you for being first. Hello radio. Hi. I'm not really sure what we're gonna do tonight in terms of triggers. These headphones are dying. Okay, okay. Hello, hi. Yes. I feel like... Yes, hi. Okay. Hello. Hi, Port City. I'm gonna put you guys... Over here is easier. Okay. Yeah, hi. Welcome. I guess we'll just start with ear cleaning. I feel like we always do that. Is that like my, signature trigger? I hope you guys know that the lobotomy ASMR is just gonna be ear cleaning ASMR, right? You can't like pretend it's a lobotomy though. Did I misspell cleaning? Is that correct? I think so. Yeah. I feel like... Yeah, I think that's how you spell it. I think I kinda... feel like I'm gaslighting myself. That's weird. Let me turn my lights on. It's really dark in here. Hello, my little nomad. Hi. Welcome. Okay, I'm back. Ara, ara. My heart wasn't in that one. I'm not really in an ara mood. Really? 8 out of 10? For that? Feel like you're being a simple, easy grader. I'll take one headphone out. I honestly don't really want to be like that anyway. I think the people who are into that are a bit weird. Or I feel like I'd attract people that I don't really want. No, it was mostly a joke anyway. I think I would prefer to be... I think I would prefer to just be myself. Yeah. I mean, if it's training your voice to be lower, that's something I can do. That's not outside of the realm of possibility. I don't even have a high-pitched voice to begin with, so. Although, when it comes to voice acting, something I learned is... how do I describe it? How do I describe it? Like, the pitch, so to speak, isn't super important. It's more like the personality of the character. So it is the acting that carries it. Oftentimes, like a voice actor, like they might use like a similar like tone, or no, like a similar pitch across many characters that they do, but it still sounds different between characters because the acting and the personality of the character makes them sound different, even if the voice itself is the same. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Chris Pratt is not a voice actor. I don't care what anyone says. He's not a voice actor. That's what I learned. is getting the. Yeah, I've met someone. Of course, yes. Of course, it's okay to lurk. This is a lurker friendly stream. Yeah, of course. I mean, Twitch may not like. Yeah, Twitch may not like lurkers, but I do. 99% of the time when I watch a stream, I don't talk. I just want to watch. I don't really have anything in particular I want to say. I mean, if I feel like I have something to add to the conversation or like a joke, then I'll say something. But for like 99% of the time, I don't talk. I feel like it's kind of rude to force people to talk. You not having something to say? Outside of streaming, I'm a pretty quiet person. It really depends if I'm in the mood to talk or not. Or it depends on Ko is a funny person. I don't think so. I've said this before. I don't think I. When I think of all of the attributes I might have going for me as a streamer, I don't think I'm very funny. I don't like I don't know, the type of humor I have. Yeah, the sass you get sometimes is pretty funny. Yeah. It's not like jokes. I don't really know how to like make jokes. When it comes to making jokes, I usually like just like rely on sarcasm. Think I'm only here for your pretty voice? Pretty voice is debatable. Pretty voice is debatable. I don't know, voice is very subjective. Being self-demanding is our job. You can't do that. Voice is very subjective. It's not something that. The Teddy jokes are getting kind of old sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. You know, most jokes are like funny ones. If it's all you make, it's not very funny. Gonna be honest. Like, it's funny once in a while, but if it's every stream, like, or every time, it's a little annoying. Am I allowed to say that? I think it's better to say that now before I like, get too frustrated. I'm not like angry or anything, it's just a little like, yeah. I mean, I'm allowed to say whatever I want within reason. I mean, granted, I don't have anything like, jokes aside, I do have fun watching you. That's nice. I don't have any water with me. Hello, hi, welcome. I just realized I don't have any water with me. I don't want to like get up and get water. Let's drink. It's like something important to have when talking, isn't it? Yeah. I have this like cold tea. I guess that'll do for now. Anyway, let's look up some like positive affirmations to say because Coelho is not a very nice girl. This Coelho cannot think of nice things to say off the top of her head. Yeah. Coelho is actually quite mean. Did you know that? Find your voice soothing? That's nice. I like. No, you're gonna have to wait for Yandere Koala. I'm gonna put that in the queue. Stop. Yeah. There's water and tea? I guess so. You see, yeah, there's this really, really good tea, that I found a while back. It's actually very good for singers. For singers, for people who talk. I notice like whenever I drink it before my stream or after my throat like never feels I'm gonna have to ask you guys to like thank you. I'm gonna have to like ask also, oh, speaking of outfits. Speaking of outfits, I know we don't have the like V2 like we don't have like the Koalo and my official model. However, I that didn't stop me from commissioning another like outfit design for her. It's like a pajama design kinda. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, and Sarah, my character designer, she she said she really likes the idea. So I don't know. Eventually, one day we'll have like the custom koala on my model one day. Honestly, like I don't think there's a rush for it. You know. Is there? Cause like I've been thinking, is there a rush for it? Not really. Models are expensive, and it's realistically it's gonna take me some time to get to a place where I can comfortably afford a nice model. Saying last time wanting a couple different outfits as models to fit the dream career narrative. Yes. When I'll win the lottery, I'll sponsor you. Yeah. Mm. No, it's okay. We'll get there one day. I'm happy. I mean, if we buy a ticket, one of us has to. We all buy a ticket. No, don't waste your money on the lottery. I don't like any of these affirmations. I'm gonna have to ask you guys one of these days on the Discord to like send me a bunch of positive affirmations to say. Koala is not a nice girl. Koala does not know nice things to say off the top of her head. Koala is mean. Okay, I'm gonna actually try to say them now. She knows a lot of bad words, though. Yeah. I do say bitch and fuck a lot. I do try not to swear during ASMR streams, though. Never mind the fact that I just sweared right now. Generally speaking, I try not to swear during ASMR streams. You swear? I don't swear. It's not that bad. I feel like I used to swear. It used to be a lot worse. I don't know. It's just, like when you see something stupid, like when you see something dumb or someone does something dumb, like just saying they're stupid isn't pejorative enough, you know? You have to say that they're a fucking idiot. You can't just say that they're an idiot. That's just not enough. It doesn't hit as hard as just saying, you know. If you call someone a fucking idiot, then they know that they're being dumb. How else are they supposed to know that they're being dumb? Directly Paris. Did this turn into negative affirmations? No, I'm sorry. I'm just being a brat. I'm sorry. Alright, we got nice girl koala, I guess. I can be kind of nice sometimes if I feel like it. If I have a reason to. Alright. Also, I should say that the fucking idiot thing wasn't directed at you. It was just an example. No, you're not an idiot. In fact, I think you're very, very smart and very capable. I feel like I sound insincere. I do mean that though. You're doing a fantastic job. Don't doubt yourself. Every little step you take is progress, no matter how small. You have the power to create the life that you want. You deserve to be happy, and you're deserving of all your dreams and desires. You matter. to take a rest when you need to. You are loved and appreciated. My buddy Prince always says that. It's really nice. It always makes me happy when he says that. I think that's a really nice thing to hear. You can always hear in his voice that he sounds very genuine when he says that, so it makes me happy. So I try to say that to other people too. You're loved and appreciated. Yeah. Can I just cheat and say the same one over and over again? You can just skip it? Yeah. You sure? I need to, like, make a list. I need to make a list. I'm really I didn't realize how bad I... Should I just remove that from the list? I'm actually quite bad at it. Mayhaps Koala is just not the right person to go to for positive affirmations. Mayhaps that's the job of another girl. Okay. If I'm going to replace positive affirmations, I feel like I should. I feel like I can.
Yes, hi, hello.
Thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. I feel like I can do it in a video because I can script it out what I'm gonna say. But I don't know. I think I just get too embarrassed saying it live, to be honest. That's a me problem, though. That's a me problem, though. Replace it with 5 minutes of gotcha. Yeah? You know, I was thinking of doing a Warhammer ASMR stream where I read Warhammer lore. Because there's so much Warhammer lore to read. Yonder, you think I only redeemed it because you said Kolo is not a good person? Yeah. Literally like 40 some years of lore to come through. Yeah, we can just like pick whatever. Do you... We could make it like an honest to God redeem. We can do it. We can be dead ass. Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can make it a redeem. Okay. Alright. Okay, so you don't actually want Yandere Koalo? Alright. Do I still... Wait, hang on. Do I still have the basements? I do not have the... Hang on, do I still have that? The only time I played Warhammer, I lost, so I don't feel like playing it again. There's a lot of Warhammer stuff. Do I still have it? Where is it? Did I lose the basement? It seems like I have. It seems like I have lost the basement. Apologies, I've lost the basement. I used to have like a basement background to do for Yandere Koala. Also suck at painting miniatures, so games are not for me. Yeah. I've been thinking of getting into it. I like crafty things. I like cute crafty. Well, Warhammer isn't very cute, but I like crafty things. Which is why I think that's why I enjoyed the making Gundam so much. I actually built another one not too long ago. Let me see if I can find it. Did you just see? Hang on. I went on Discord to find the picture of the gunpla that I built the other day, because I sent it to some friends. And then I see a notification in the koala on my Discord. That is not my go live notification, mind you. It's Teddy, and he's like, your Oshi is a rage baiter, and this is making and this is your Oshi is a rage baiter, and this is me making that public record. My inexhaustible patience in the face of the traps and bait this woman lays out before me. My inextinguishable patience is shattered in the face of the traps and bait this woman lays out before me. Cancelled. You want to know what that was about? Okay. So, we were on call and we were hanging out. Did you put down a rake for him to step on? No. It's closed, you can't get your minis lately? That really sucks, Drugstore Cowboy. I don't think I live near... I probably do. Hang on, I probably do live near a Warhammer store. Hang on. Oh yeah, there's several, never mind. Never mind, there's several. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7. Never mind. I guess if I ever wanted to get into the hobby... perks of living in a city, I guess. It's like probably like one of the few like good things about living in a city is that there's like stuff to do, and there's cool places to go to, and there's like fun places to eat, and then everything else about living in a city sucks. You know, everything is more expensive, especially if you live in like a tourist area. I don't consider... I forget that where I live is a touristy place, because I can see all of the attractions whenever I want. But it's like, oh wait, no, people like travel to see this stuff, and that makes things more expensive here. Because like high property value or whatever. It's a little silly. Order from an online store and have the stuff just straight up delivered to your house. That's what I did for E.T.'s battle. City's kind of boring. Mine too. just gotta avoid the fend feeds and stabbings, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes, also. Yeah, big cities I don't really like. Okay. So, rage baiting accusations. Okay. Alright. So, I was on call with Teddy prior. Okay, before stream start. As I do. As I do. Okay. Okay. We're in call, and he conveniently leaves out that he's the one who started it. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. Automod, calm the fuck down. Jesus, it's not good for Automod is really not good for anything, huh? But so he started it. Okay, he kept like leaving the call like mid sentence and then coming back and then being like, ha, lol, I rage baited you. Okay. And then as he's like laughing about quote unquote rage baiting me, I just do the same thing. I leave the call in the middle of his sentence and then I join back and then he just starts seething. Is it my fault that he can dish out but can't take it? I don't think so. I do not think so. So, no, I am not a rage baiter. I'm not a rage baiter. I don't rage bait. Okay. Have I ever rage baited you, Chad? I don't think so. I don't think so. I would remember if I did that. No. No, I would never. So blows me away that people pay money to look at some shithole city I live in. The roads look like they were carpet bombs last week. And anything nice has been ruined by 2 to 3 years of homeless fan feeds, but somehow tourists come here by cruise to watch a shit show, I guess. Just putting some spice in the relationship. Exactly. I don't know. Would you guys want me to rage bait you more? I feel if I ever did that, I don't know if I should do that, because then what if I become known as the rage baiting VTuber? You know? Is that what I want to be known as? I don't even know what it means. Rage baiting is basically is when you say or do something that you know is going to like piss somebody off and you pretend that you don't know what you're doing. Like, example of Koala rage bait would be me and Teddy playing a game and I pretend to not know how to and I pretend I don't know how to shoot in the game, even though like what's the button you have to press to shoot in literally every game ever? it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be X, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to, I forgot, I don't know how to shoot. And then I just listen to him crash out and I'm like, oh no, I don't know, why are you so mad? And then I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I was just playing with you. And then he gets even more mad because he fell for it. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. How's that my fault? So that's just when me and my buddy play Faz with me and my buddy plays Faz with Ichi. Then because we find a cursed relic, then our monkey brains and they go, let's play with the cursed thing. What could go wrong immediately goes wrong. So yeah. That's like part of your personality. Is it? No. No, like, I don't. No, I feel like that makes me. If you say that, then that makes me seem like a brat. Am I a brat? I don't think I'm a brat. I don't think so. Right? I don't think I'm a brat. What? What was that? What was that? Why the silence? The silence is deafening, radio. Do you have something to say? I'm sorry, radio. Do you have something to say? Yes, you have something you want to say? Something you'd like to share with the chat? The rest of the chat? You want to seem a little... Please, the five. My she has a nice voice. Flattery will get you nowhere. You think I'm that easy? You think you can just sweet talk me into and I'll forget? Yeah. Your Oshi is a rage baiter. It's genuinely so funny though. So who's hungry? That's crazy. I just had dinner. I'm not hungry. I had dinner before the stream. I've been trying to be better with eating and stuff. Because I feel like let me, actually, let's call it a trigger kill. Yeah. Also, wait, I forgot. Before I got distracted by everything, I wanted to show you the gunpla I built the other day. I saved that to my desktop. I don't know which one this is. Like the name of it. I just know that it looks cool. Oh yeah, it's big. Know a buddy of mine who told me some cursed shit. Apparently those waifu gunpla cute anime girls. Bits fit on most of the normal gunpla stuff. Oh, that's crazy. So you could make like a weird mecha waifu abomination. That's pretty cool. Look at him. He's pretty cool. Yeah. Just nerd things. Yeah. I still have 2 more. I wanna do more hand cam streams. That's what I wanna do. Cause I still have 2 more. I also have a Lego set. I also have a Lego set. can build. You know, the other, yeah, I also wanna do like a cosplay ASMR stream. But like, are people gonna like that, or is that gonna break your immersion too much? Are you gonna be frightened at the sight of a real woman's like? It's like no face reveal or anything, just like the outfit. Are you gonna be frightened? It's like, oh my god, it's a real woman. Oh god, it's a real woman. Yes, I know it's my choice, but at the end of the day, I want you guys to like it. We're concerned about people being weird and anything. Oh, that's okay. It's okay. I can hit them with the ban hammer. Your Dragon Bunny character. My character is literally just me as an anime girl, though. That's the entire thing of Koala. She's just me as an anime girl. um, you know, this might be a bit delulu, but I figured I had enough personality to just be myself. Also, I genuinely feel like I can't fake a voice or fake a personality, because if I did that, I would just start talking slash acting like that all the time, and I feel like that would drive the people in my life insane. So I think it's better to just be myself. I can understand why. I've said this so many times. Like, technically, even if somebody's using a different like voice when they stream, unless they're using a voice changer or something, I wouldn't call it a fake
Yes, hi,
voice.
hello.
Joel Buns, thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. I wouldn't call it a fake voice, because if it's coming from like your mouth and your throat, then that's your voice. It's just changed slightly for streaming. And when you think about it, like, people use different voices and different tones when they, depending on the situation. Like, how the tone you use talking to your mom is different than how you talk to your friend. Does that mean that you fake your voice with your mom or with your friends, or does that mean that you're a person that, you know, behaves and talks differently depending on the situation? As long as it's not TTS. You know, I think so like, I'm not gonna fault someone for, there's a lot of reasons as to why someone would use a different voice or a different like personality. You know, if someone says that they think your personality is annoying and you're playing a character, then that's probably not gonna hurt your feelings as much as if you're not, right? It can be to protect yourself. I think that's valid. Or maybe like they just kind of they like the idea of like being somebody else, or they just really like role playing, or whatever, you know. Or maybe they want to be a voice actor, so they wanna practice. You know, I don't think it's bad per se. Like, a lot of people's like, oh, they're just putting on a voice, and I'm like, one, they could not be. They could very well just sound like that. And two, if they are putting on a voice, who cares? I don't think they're harming anybody by putting on a voice that they like, you know. As long as it's not damaging to themselves, who cares? There's a type of VTubers for everyone. Follow some VTubers who are full on immersion. It's also okay. It is, you know? I envy people who can do that. Um I can't really do stuff like that. I can't roleplay without like a script really. Or like an overall like idea of what I'm gonna say. I'm not really an improv girly. Which you could argue is, a huge skill to lack when you want to be a live streamer, but fuck it, we ball. I always appreciated how real you are in that regard, TBH. I find it more difficult to follow people who are playing characters, kind of weird following the roleplay too, yeah. I feel like a light roleplay is like a good happy medium for us all, I refer to my streams as like my post office, or I refer to my stuff as like dream deliveries, and you guys like play along in that regard. I think that's I think if it's just light like that, that's pretty fun, you know. I think that's pretty fun. I need a drink. I haven't delivered a single package. You know what? That's fine. Koala's like delivery service is technically still under construction, as I haven't debuted yet. So I guess you guys get a pass. For now, the post office is under renovations. You know, delivery routes have not been mapped out yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff we have to set up in regards to that. So I wouldn't worry too hard. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too hard about that. But once we do debut, I would like it if you guys were on top of your deliveries. Thank you very much. I have a horrific sense of direction, okay? You guys are gonna have to do all the delivering. I can't do it, I'll get lost. What do you think I have you for? I can't do it, I'll get lost. What are the logistics of this mail operation? The overhead costs? Do we do specialized packaging? The logistics? Pure vibes. Fuck it, we ball. It's okay. Don't look at me, I have zero sense of directions. I can tell you anything about a place except where to find it on the map. Well, okay. Well, God knows I ain't delivering no packages. That was another thing. Okay. Alright. Taking a look at Koala's design, if you will. Hang on. I have it on hand because of course I do. Or do I not? I do not. Okay. Hang on a second. Okay. There we go. If we look at Kolo's design, dream delivery girl I think I think this design does say dream delivery girl, or just, magical girl-esque aesthetics, which is what I said. However, you know, what does Coelho look like when she's not delivering dreams, right? You know? So then that got me thinking. I was thinking we could have a design that's like, you know how like a magical girl has like yes, the drunny, yeah. You know how like a magical girl like she looks at least a little bit different when she's like not in magical girl mode. That's what I thought about for Coelho, like having like an outfit that looks more like a regular male outfit. So it's like during the day she delivers like packages and letters and stuff, and then at night she delivers dreams. So like the regular male delivery outfit would be for like gaming streams or just any stream that's not an ASMR stream. And then the, you know, other one would be for ASMR streams. I thought that would be pretty cool. Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool to have those two designs. Battle Sister of Battle Coel for the Warhammer lore stream. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't know. Maybe I can have like a space marine plushie asset, so I can hold during Warhammer lore streams. That would be pretty cute, right? I think that would be pretty cute. Yeah. I have a lot of ideas. A lot of ideas for what I want to do as a VTuber. A lot of them are just BRB, preparing for sleep, okay. A lot of them are just kind of limited by money. But that's okay. You know, like I said, there's no rush. There's no rush, and we can just like take our time with that, you know. I lost your ear there for a second. Yeah, you know, there's no rush. You don't have to do everything all at once, you know. I do have dreams of a very nice, cool debut, but you know, a big special debut does not a successful VTuber make, you know. It's the streaming consistently and putting out content and stuff that will long term that does you a lot better than spending a whole bunch of money on a debut that you may or may not that you may or may not you know, see a return on your investments. At least not like, you know, how do you say, semi soon. typically you would like that. When a VTuber debuts, usually anyway, they're still kind of finding themselves as that persona. They can be widely different down the line and totally unrecognizable months later. Yeah, so I guess like this way I get to sort of decide what I want Koalo to be before I debut. You know, if I had gotten a model right away, I don't think I would have had the idea for like the dream delivery girl persona, or the dragon bunny persona, or the having two different types of models for two different types of streams. Like I wouldn't have any of that ideas yet. So I think it's fine to. I think it's fine that I get to take my time with that. Last tapping? Okay. Yeah. There's also the idea. Yes, yeah, give me 1 second. I really do. And then, okay, we will do the ear cupping next. I hope you're doing awesome. We're doing good. Yeah, we're having a good stream. I would say so. Are you feeling asmarred? Asmarred? Yeah. It's really hard to currently I just tell my I think my parents just think I play games. I've also said that I make videos, but I never said what type of videos. So they probably just assume that it's gaming videos. They probably just assume it's like gaming videos. I did try to explain to my dad what ASMR was, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think he remembers me telling him that, so. Oh. That's a good boy. Okay. Let's start with the glass tapping. Hang on, let me not break it. Trying not to like break glass everywhere, that'd be pretty bad. Yeah. The other I'll probably this outfit needs a mustache, does it? Okay, hang on, let me get my mustache. You know, the other day oh yeah, I am going to see Teddy. Friday. Yeah, Friday I will go to see him. Yes, it is mustache time. I'm not sure if there's gonna be like proper scheduled streams, but we will be doing like ASMR streams. Charte would be happy about that, yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah. My, very, very real mustache. Super, super real, authentic mustache. Gave in and bought Clear Obscure. I've been playing it for almost a full week, nearly finished everything. It looks like a really good game. I kinda, that sounds like a really good stream game. Cause I like to play long games with you guys. Because it feels like we're going on an adventure together. That's why I like to play longer games. But I think shorter games is also a good idea too. An idea that I have... An idea that I've proposed a while back is, hang on. I had to drink from the cup I was tapping from. Don't mind me. Started playing it back before Game Pass jacked their price up, and it was a great game. Way better than AAA slop, yeah. Yeah, You know what pisses me off about Game Pass is I have a... We were playing Octopath Traveler. We were playing Octopath Traveler. But like the no, it's the price of Game Pass was like too much to justify paying it every month. It's really annoying. We have breathing. Oh yeah, we do have soft breathing is on the thing. Yeah, so that really sucks. Since they changed the price, I haven't gotten my Game Pass back yet. Probably will eventually. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just buy the game. I could just buy Octopath on Steam, and we can just start over. It's not like we were like super close to finishing it. We had a decent start, sure, but you know, I think it's fine if we don't. It's fine if we just I'll just buy it off of Steam. It's fine. Probably get it off on sale. Don't you just love Steam? Although there is something about Steam I will say is they have like a weird inconsistency with visual novels. What I mean by that is a couple days ago, no, and actually yesterday, I bought a visual novel off of Jast, called Holy Undead. This visual novel is a completely safe for work visual novel. There is, from what I haven't played it all, but like there's not even like lewd jokes. Like it's a anybody can play it. It's an all ages visual novel. Yet for some reason it was delisted off of Steam, before it even came out, which is very strange. However, but then like, there's another visual novel on Steam called The Truth Rears Its Ugly Head, which I've also played, and I'm assuming it's probably the censored version, but even censored, that game has a lot of really, really fucked up content. I can't even like I can't even say it anything because that's how bad it is. It's really bad, like, but like that game was okay, but then the all ages game wasn't. I'm so confused. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they're deciding which games are okay and which games are not. Also, Saya no Uta is on stream too, on Steam too. Like, what the fuck? And I'm pretty sure Gore Screaming Show is on Steam too. What are we doing here? Who decides what's okay and what's not? I feel like it's arbitrary at this point. It's just depending on their mood. Another thing about Steam I dislike is the share. Yeah, you can still. It still like has a lot of really questionable content in it, censored or not. Also, you can download like the patch pretty easily. Pretty sure you can get the patch for free as well. Another thing about Steam I dislike sheer amount of AI games. 70% of them are AI porn. Zero quality control. These heavy-ends get whacked with the beating stick for basically daring to draw breath. That too. I do think they have a bit of a... They need to do something with the adult game problem. Like, I had to... It got really bad. There was a point where, like, my discovery queue, like every other game, was like a low quality, like, porn game, and I was like, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this. It's really annoying. They censor the sex, the cannibalism, the protest, eating walls as meat, and normal people as horrible monsters is okay. But these random VNs just get yonked off Steam because the roulette wheel landed on them. I get, yeah, like, yeah, you don't understand. Like, Holy Undead is like, it's inoffensive. Does not even begin to describe this visual. I could play the entirety of this visual novel on stream and it'd be fine. I just decided no, I didn't want to because I just want some games that I want to play by myself, for myself. So I just bought it for myself, but the point still stands. So if I wanted to stream it, I could with no issue. Nickel Parrot being on Steam is hilarious because they sell the NSFW patch on Steam for $3. Yeah, I don't get it. My biggest issue is the inconsistency. Like, it's either all of it's okay or none of it's okay. Why is it like, why are you being picky choosy? Or at the very, if you're gonna be picky choosy, at least like explain why. And the reason is that they can't explain why because they can't give a solid reason because the reason would contradict themselves. So like I don't know. of visual novels do have like morally questionable content. Like I said, the truth rears its ugly head is a pretty fucked up story. Gonna be completely honest, I haven't finished it yet. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to finish it because I'm kind of, I don't know. I click the game, I load it up, and then like after like 30 minutes, I'm like, ugh, I've had enough. It's a shame because I really like the premise. And I feel like the premise could have been executed much better. It's about a boy who's really ugly. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. It's like he's so like he's so ugly that people feel like a visceral repulsion when they look at him, and because of that they just can't help but act hostile towards him because of how he looks. They don't really describe how he looks, and they don't show what he looks like either, so you're left to imagine, to like fill in the blanks he said with himself. Yourself. It's probably like some really bad deformity or something. But he has like a power. It's sort of like reading minds. I guess it's like reading minds with extra steps. Yeah, he can like see people's thoughts like written out like as words right in front of him. So even if someone doesn't say anything about him or doesn't directly say that he's ugly, like they'll know that. He'll know that if he decides to look at them, which he doesn't do very often. And I don't know, like there's a lot of, I feel like when you want to write a story with like messed up things happening in it, I feel like the threshold for your writing skills the threshold for it to be good is higher to justify having those things in your story. Otherwise it just seems like you're putting it there for cheap chalk value. Example, Saya no Uta has a lot of really messed up stuff happening in it, but I feel like the writing like allows those things to be there. For this visual novel, not so much. I wouldn't say so. I haven't gotten the true ending yet. Like I said, I'm not in a rush to get it because I don't enjoy reading it. I really don't. But it's a shame because everything else about it is very good. The art style is very nice. The reason why I bought it in the first place is because I thought the illustration looked really nice. Also, Tentacola, thanks for that head pat. I hate to see actual stories against yet still stifle janked off the platform, while AI's Slop is proudly displayed every single time I look at the releases /jails tab on the Steam store. Yeah, they really need to do something about their quality control, because like it's getting really bad. The art is very nice. the music is really really good as well. I like how you know how like a lot of visual novels they allow you to make a choice. Um, yeah, they allow you to make a choice. Uh, in this game, the way choices are decided, it's like you decide whether or not to look at them, look at the person he's talking to or not, so he can read their mind, and that affects what he does. Um, I think that's really cool. I think that's really clever. Um, I just wish it was written better. And I'm not even like I'm not like a prude. I'm not somebody who can't handle like intense subject matter in stories. It's just if you're gonna do it, like write it well. Otherwise, I'm just like ugh, I've had enough. And that's like what I feel like every time I play that visual novel is like I've had enough. I'm done. I literally cannot stomach that thing for like more than like an hour at a time. Which is like whatever. Which is like fine. Like I'll eventually finish it because I did pay money for it, so I might as well get my money's worth and get all the endings and finish the game, so I never have to open it again. But like, I don't even care that the main character is a bad person either. That doesn't bother me. You can have the main character be a bad person, just like be consistent in that. Like I feel like a lot of times they try to write him as like a bad person who like does really bad things, and you're not really supposed to feel bad for him. You know, like you can empathize with him for like being bullied and being treated poorly his whole life, but you can't sympathize with him for the things that he's done. But then at points they'll do like a complete 180, and he'll he'll like he'll like act in a way that's supposed to make you feel bad, but then you're like you weren't you you didn't feel bad when you did the things that you did. Why are you feeling bad now? Oh, like are you only feeling bad because things didn't go the way that you wanted to? Like what am I supposed to what am I supposed to do here with this? Oh well. I suppose not. Hello, Riley. Sounds about right. Some people just cannot write complicated stories with a flawed protagonist. Here's the thing, it was written by the same writer that wrote Steins Gate. So that was one of the reasons that I thought I was gonna I wanted to read it, because it was written by the same person that wrote Steins Gate. So I was so confused as to why the writing was so poor. It was like good in some places. It felt like there are times where like I'm reading it, I'm like, you're so close. You're so close to understanding the point of your own story.
Yes,
like,
hi,
you're like
hello.
right there. Jason, thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. Like you're so close, but like, I mean, Yuki Shio 7 wrote Silent Hill F, but the story didn't exactly knock my socks off. That's valid. I guess they can't all be bangers. I still want to play Silent Hill F though. Do I? It's a good game with an interesting story. Doesn't quite live up to its ancestry. Yeah, it can be like that. You know, they can't all be bangers. You're not gonna like everything that an author writes, you know? Combat is a little too involved. There should not be builds in a Silent Hill game, for God's sake. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That seems a bit much. Isn't it a survival horror game? Saw this one build where somebody basically turned the MC into the Dodge God using items from the in-game gacha. Yeah. Interesting. I'm doing good, thank you. Clunky, so you're supposed to dread fights, not supposed to play out like a Souls-like. Yeah, that makes sense. It is a, what's it called? Survival horror, after all. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Got my coffee pot set, co-stream in my earbuds, and a warm bed calling my name. Good night. Thanks for hanging out, cowboy.
Yippee!
Oh. Oh, I forgot to turn off the sound alerts. Dirk, thank you for the bits. What trigger would you like? Yeah, I forgot to turn off the sound alerts. Oh, I guess it's okay since they're pretty quiet. Ready for sleep? See you on YouTube. Good night. Thanks, and remember you're awesome. Thank you, Radio. Sleep well. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're just vibing. Last tapping? Okay. Let me pause the timer for a second. That's 25 minutes. I feel... Yeah, well, I definitely want to play... Oh yeah, speaking of horror games. Something I was thinking about doing was doing a, three... Kind of, you know, like Markiplier's 3 scary games, but with horror games? But no. Well, obviously with horror games, duh. But live instead of pre-recorded, yeah. I do have a lot of, like... There's a lot of horror games I want to play that are kind of on the shorter side, and we can get through them whilst also having, like, you know, shorter game streams. I really did enjoy the I really enjoyed the RPG Maker horror games. Thank you for that, Matt. I really liked Mad Father. I really liked Misal. I thought those were really good. Oh yeah, thank you. It's a very real mustache. Did you know that? It's a very real mustache. Authentically authentic, yes. Took some time to, yeah, definitely yes, homegrown mustache. Yes, natural pink. Yeah, no. I think the mustache, having the mustache redeem, was a good idea. No, it really suits the silliness of my streams, you know. Mustache is cute, yeah. Necessary. The streamer I'm on has one as well. Yeah. Mustache koala, yeah. Not gonna lie, it definitely has to be one of my favorite toggles. One of my favorite themes. Yeah. I'm gonna have to put up I'm gonna need to put up like a... What's it called? Like something in the Discord. Let me... Sorry, I needed to take a sip. From the glass I was tapping from. Don't mind me. Something like I don't know, asking for what type of animated emotes you guys want. He's like, I don't know what kind of animated emotes you want. I really think on the spot, definitely sit down and come up with a list. Yeah. I know you guys want some kind of dancing emote. Something of that vein. I know you guys want that. Yeah. Lobotomy emote? I don't think Twitch would let that. I don't think Twitch would allow that. That might be... that might be a bit too violent. That might be a bit too violent. They'll be like, no lobotomy emote. And... good. Good. I mean, like, and also, how on God's green earth am I going to find an artist that's willing to draw and animate a lobotomy emote? Well, then that doesn't really need to be animated. doesn't really need to be animated. Is there this last artist that would animate Stranger Things? Yeah, probably. I don't know. The artists I tend to commission are cute girls who like drawing cute things. So I don't think they would be interested in drawing that. The most they would draw is like a knife emote. That's probably the most. And once again, that doesn't need to be animated. It doesn't need to be animated. Hang on. You know this emote? This one? Yeah. The same artist that drew this emote is the artist that I'm gonna go to for the animated emotes, because he does animated emotes too. I really like this one. It's really cute, isn't it? Yeah. Personally, I like to call it get it, MG. I think that's pretty cute, pretty funny. Monster check. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry your head about my posture. It's perfectly fine. Don't you worry. That's Cole's for him presently shrimping that it'll buff. I'm not shrimping, I'm not. I'm just kind of sitting at like a bit of an awkward angle. That's fine. It'd be like that. Yeah, it's fine. It'd be like that. Oh, it's easy. I need to bump my mic. Also, I got the mic stand a couple days ago, so oh, you guys are oh, you're not like on you guys. Yeah, it's hard to explain the setup. It's a little cursed, but it works. All you need to know is that we have a mic stand. So we don't have to worry about anything awkward happening. It might, yeah. Let me adjust how I'm sitting. Yeah, that's all we need to know. We have a mic stand. Actually, yeah, we have a mic stand. Popping. Add that to the list. My lips are kind of dry. Like, I'm gonna have to put some Vaseline on it. I'll probably be doing a lot of doing a lot of what's it called? What's the word? I was thinking about something. ASMR streams. Forgot the word for like my main content. That's fine. I'll probably be doing a lot of that whilst I visit Teddy, you know. Especially if I'm kind of bored while he's at work, you know. You know, also, something you might not know is, like, I have a stand, like a phone stand to hold up my phone while I stream because I use the iPhone tracking. And I forgot it over the summer when I visited Teddy a few months ago, so it's like still on his desk to this day. So once I go back, I can get it again, so that's pretty good. Hopefully I don't forget it again. And using it to do secret streams of his own. Teddy's a VTuber. We should get Teddy a VTuber model. That'd be so funny. Yeah. I mean, that's within the realm of possibility. That's why I'm probably not gonna bring my Steam Deck with me, because I feel like there's too high of a chance I might forget it if I take it with me, so I'm not going to risk that. Yeah. Steam Deck is very useful though, I do like it. Yeah. Something that I feel like we're both kind of worried about is that, like, border security has been, like, really strict as of late. It's really annoying. It would be really bad if they just decided, like, nope, we're not letting you cross the board. I don't know. Me and Teddy are like the most inoffensive people ever, though. That's the thing. Unless you're trying to sneak hash or something, you'll probably be fine. Yeah, but they're just like really like, I don't know, on edge. I don't know. It may or may not have to do with an orange man. We'll call them and let them know that you're a certified lobotomizer and let you cross. That's crazy. I think we'll be fine though. Just be honest. It's always good. Just be honest and, you know, try not to like sound weird or nervous. The thing is like sometimes you might sound nervous not because you're being like, we did get a Karen last time. We got a Karen when we were crossing back to Canada so I could get a flight home. And we noticed that the line was like, it was moving really, really slow. Okay, so we were in the line for like a little bit, and then the lady was there, and she asked all of the questions, and then she was like, she asked, "Do you have any weapons?" And Teddy kind of chuckled. He was like, "No," because like to him that seemed silly because like he's not somebody who carries weapons in his car, you know? So to him that seemed like a silly thing to ask, right? And like I smiled too because like yeah, that's silly. He's not like Teddy? No. That's silly. And then she's like, "Oh, I don't see how that's funny." And then she sent us inside, and we had to sit there for like 30 minutes while they checked Teddy's car. Because I guess she thought that was like, oh, they're hiding something. That's why they laughed. So yeah, we did get a Karen last time. I hope we get someone more chill. I don't know. I feel like some people just like, they feel like they're genuine. I mean, I guess you could argue that they are protecting their country, right? Because they're at the border, so they feel like they do feel like they're protecting everybody, and they're like, oh, I gotta be really strict. I can't let any bad people through here, kind of a thing. But it's like, I'm gonna be let's be real. Like 99% of the people crossing the border are just people. And guess what? Guess what? Drugs and stuff still get across the border anyway. So like, I don't. So like, what are we doing here? What am I gonna do on Halloween? I'll be on a plane on Halloween. Some people just get the tiniest ounce of power and go apeshit with it because they're such miserable wastes of flesh. The only joy they get is when they inconvenience or trouble people. That's true too. That's definitely true. Yeah, it's definitely a power trip for some people. And some people are just like, this is just a job, it's really not that serious. The TSA and etc. have admitted we're basically just for peace of mind, and we catch maybe like 0.01% of the shit going through. Yeah. Of course not. Like, if they were effective at doing their job, surely less drugs and weapons and illegal stuff would be crossing the border. So I don't know. It just feels like it's just there to inconvenience like law-abiding citizens such as myself. You know, except for the tax evasion. I'm kidding. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Please pay your taxes. I don't want anybody going to jail for tax evasion and being, oh, the bunny girl on the internet told me to. I'm not responsible for that. I am taking zero responsibility. It is not my fault whether or not you decide to pay your taxes. I take zero responsibility for that. Okay? Pay your taxes, it's good. And saying is the Canadian government has owed me like $80 since 2019, and they were in no rush to give it back. But if I owed them a loony, they'd hold me to the. That's so true, though. You're like, oh, it's like, hey, can I get that money that you owe me? And you're like, yeah, sure, in a minute. And then he's like, hey. You owe us 69 cents. Where's that $1.69? Where's that $1.69? Give it right. You better give us that money right now or you're going to jail. That's a minuscule amount of funds. I don't think I should be going to jail for now. You're going to jail. You think we're playing? You think we're playing? Yeah. Worst part is they called me last year. The chick on the phone was like, did you still want that refund? And I'm like, that's a stupid question. Do you still want it? Yes. I don't know. You know, the other day I saw a short about how like receptionists always act as if you asked them like a really stupid question. You're like, I'm here to book an appointment to see the doctor, and they're like, okay, an appointment to see the doctor? Alright. Can I have your name, please? And you tell them, they're like, okay. And it's like, why are you acting like I'm an idiot? Like, it's your job to book this stuff. They act like you're the only person in the world who has ever asked them to do their job. Or when you call the government for anything and they act like you're the only person in the world who doesn't know the ins and outs of this bureaucratic process. They're like, what do you mean you don't know how to do it? It's like, I don't know what this is. It's like, okay, well, what's your social insurance number? And you give it to them, they're like, alright. Is it a weird social insurance number? Is that what the problem is? The doctor's receptionist is that to a T. They're like acting like I'm inconveniencing you when it's literally what you're being paid to sit at that desk all day to do. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm supposed to do work at my job? Oh, okay then. You wanna book an appointment with the doctor? Hi, I have an appointment today. Okay. You have an appointment at the doctor's office? That's a little... what? The only person, nobody else in the world has ever had an appointment at the doctor's office. And you're the weirdo for coming, asking for that. How dare you, the customer, the source of income, come here and expect me to lift my fingers for 30 cents? Oh. here to get a refill on my prescription. What? Okay, I guess I'll go look that up for you then. Weirdo. How dare you? House feels always baffled and how they act annoyed when you go there with an injury. What? Hello, my arm is. Hello, I cut my hand really bad and I need stitches. Ugh, okay. We'll just go sit over there for like 3 hours. we'll just sit in the waiting room. When can I see a doctor? Whenever. I don't fucking know. Just sit there. Don't bother me and playing Candy Crush. If I ever get seriously injured with the state of healthcare in Canada and just going to a liquor store and spending every cent I own on going off to the woods to get wasted, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad. I would always, when I needed like a refill on my meds, I would always have to count, like, I'd have to count how many I had left so I could call the doctor ahead of time, because if I called them right when I ran out, they would make me wait like 4 days to see the doctor for a refill. And I'd be like, oh, I kind of need this though. And they're like, well, the doctor's not available. So I had to count ahead of time to make sure. Like, I was like, okay, so like I'll call the doctor today, so then I have enough to last me until I actually get to talk to the doctor so I can get a refill. It was really bad. I had a rebar pipe go through my foot and left a literal hole in my foot. I remember drove there by my friend, and I went limping, and the lady at the desk was like, "Sir, we don't need you rushing us. Take your seat. We'll be with you shortly." Like, ma'am, I'm bleeding with my foot, through my foot. Please help me before I bleed out. Your being injured is really harshing the vibe, Dirk. They were having a vibe. You being injured is really harshing that. How dare you come to the hospital injured? What do you think this is? A hospital? The nerve. The audacity. To be injured at a hospital. Harshing my ER vibes, yeah. They were trying to watch their shows and I just watched in to make them do work. How dare I do that? How dare you make them do work at their job? Excuse me. I was there with my buddy and his sister because she smoked some weed she didn't know was laced and panicked and had a panic attack that lasted 3 days. Oh no. They were there from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. The only reason they got seen is because I caused a scene. I was like hitting my head off the wall behind me, and I stopped, and I loudly went, "I should stop because if I get hurt, it's gonna be 3 fucking business days before I'm seen." Suddenly, all these nurses and doctors basically spawned in. They're like, oh, okay. Well, if you're gonna be such a big baby about it, fine. What's the problem? Oh, my lips are like hella dry. Hang on. Here's the Vaseline. There you go. Yeah, it's pretty. The Canadian healthcare system is not the best. It's kind of fucked. It's been fucked. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the real doctors is like the friends we made along the way. Well, that caused a scene too and banged on the door where the nurses were gathering. They opened it and like, don't do that. Then they saw blood all over their lobby and spurting from my foot and immediately like, Deck Dr. Crocs were taking him to room 2. Like, holy fuck, did you want me to die in the lobby? It's like, oh, we just thought you just came here to like hang out. Oh, you actually need a doctor. Oh, okay. You came to the hospital for a doctor? That's crazy. People don't usually do that. You can stop inconveniencing us and die already. Like I said, you're harshing the vibes. You're harshing the vibes. We're having a vibe here. I yeah. Yeah, the medical industry is very, you know, I think it's very interesting that, you know, because like when you think about it, a job is a job. A job isn't a person, right? Uh, Being a doctor is a morally neutral thing. You don't have to be a good person to be a doctor. Like, whether you're a good or bad person has no bearing on your ability to become a doctor. Yet people just assume that doctor equal good person. And because doctor is good person, doctor should be looked up to and should be respected regardless of the obviously like you should it takes a lot of hard work and dedication to become a doctor, but just because you're smart and you work hard, that doesn't mean you're a good person, because there's a lot of doctors that don't give a fuck about people. They don't care. They became a doctor because they could, and it pays decently well. Not necessarily because they like to help people. I feel like, you know, but people just assume, like, yeah, you should, like, I I'm not gonna respect someone just because they're a doctor, just assume that they're a good person because they're a doctor. I don't know anything else about them. Their job is just their job is just a job. I think it's very interesting that people think otherwise. You know, honestly, the way I see it, I think like regardless of what job you work, shouldn't everybody make enough money to be able to live well and take care of themselves? People are like, oh, this job is easy, but like doctors should, it's like every job should pay enough to be able for a person to be taken care of. It shouldn't matter what the job is. That's what you should be advocating for. Regardless of the job is, everybody should make enough to be taken care of. It's very interesting how people completely miss that idea. Yeah, if you're going to work, you should be alright and taken care of. Exactly. I'm allergic to spandex every time I get the prescription filled. When I go to the pharmacy, like, hey, did you know? Hey, did you know this? I actually just kill you.
Yes, hi, hello.
Uni Panda, thanks for becoming a pack rabbit. Knowing my doctors, I figured. Thanks for changing it for me. That's crazy. Whoopsies, I almost tried. Oh, whoopsies, I almost killed you. Whoopsies daisies. It's that doctor's handwriting, you know? Also, what is with that doctor's handwriting? That's like. I feel like that's just an excuse for them to, like, not. Like. I know not everybody has neat handwriting, but for some doctors, I feel like they genuinely don't try. I feel like they literally just scribbled on the page. I'm like, what did you just write there? I cannot read it. Gee. Part of the problem too is them raising the wages all the time, because then the cost of living goes up too. Then everyone's like, well, how did that happen? As if these companies give it down. Anytime the wages go up, the prices of things go up to match now, so your money isn't worth as much. Yeah. So it's just like a never-ending cycle. It really sucks. I do wish everybody could be happy and taken care of. You know. I also think there's no need for a I don't know, there's this like weird like apologies for being crude, like dick measuring contest over which job is more stressful, and because my job is more stressful, that means I should make more money, or what is like that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how hard the job is. You should be able to take care of yourself. Being like, oh, this job is easier than this job, so this job shouldn't make as much money. Like, come on. Work is work, is it not? At the end of the day, all jobs are hard. It's just hard in different ways. If it wasn't hard to an extent, you wouldn't call it work now, would you? It wouldn't be a job. Crazy thing is, doctors will scribble some bullshit down, and then you'll take the prescription to the pharmacy and they'll read it, be like, oh, you need such and such. Like, how the fuck did you read anything from that scribble? It's crazy. Plus, they're also not a currency backed by anything other than debt anymore. Used to have a currency backed off actual resources like gold and silver, but we've been off the gold standard for a long time. This is basically the consequence. And the government just tries to fix everything by printing more money, as if that wasn't exactly what got us into this mess in the first place. Money printing machine go brr. Yeah. What a mess. Was I at TwitchCon? Is that what you mean? I don't think I'll ever go to TwitchCon. You know, even before all of the controversies around TwitchCon happened, I was never really interested in going. I feel like it's too vague. You know, like a convention about Twitch is a little bit vague, don't you think? I think, like, you know, a VTuber convention, I think I'll be able to meet a lot more people and things that I like because it's specific to that type of streaming, you know? If you ever got on Trusted Twitch Security. No, yeah. Definitely not. I don't know. I don't trust Twitch for anything. Can't even trust Twitch to have an accurate, what's it called? Representation of the amount of people who are watching you at any given time. Talk less of, anything more serious. You know? No, I don't think that's good either. I would rather it get better than completely crash and burn. After all, then YouTube has a monopoly on streaming and long form content, and you don't want monopolies. Because that means YouTube can get a lot worse because they have no competition. We don't want that, and then that would really disrupt a lot of communities, cause a lot of problems. So like, I don't want Twitch to end. I don't want Twitch to die any more than I want YouTube to die. I want them to fix themselves. I want them to get better, and that is possible. It is. They just kind of have to want to. It needs to be got like a fish. That I think so too. I definitely think they need to like just completely like restructure from like the ground up. Same with YouTube as well. I think that's what they need to do. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, even with like the VTubing like ban and whatever, it's not consistent across the board. Some people get banned, some people don't. the issue isn't that they ban anything. It's just that is my issue is the consistency. Either all of it is okay or none of it is okay. Or at the very least, be like clear about your rules. Because most people on this platform don't wanna break the rules. There was like a birth live stream. That's crazy. I didn't see that. I'm kind of out of the loop on anything that I'm not interested in. If it has nothing to do with like VTubers or idols or lol cows, I probably don't know about it. The only reason I know about the TwitchCon situation is because everybody was talking about it, and then I looked into it myself. That's insane that someone would live stream a birth, though. The CEO popped in, donated money, and told her how. Oh yeah, I know how. That's not a game the system thing. That's like everybody knows that. Twitch. If you care about donating, if you care about like the money that you give to your streamer, if you care that it goes to the streamer, then either directly donating to Twitch to like their like if they have like a Ko-fi or like a donation link or bits, that's the best way to ensure that they get all of the money that you donate. That's a well-known fact. But gifted subs are still nice. It is a way to, you know, support the community of your streamer as well and give back. Also, I think like I feel like the meta for like supporting, if you're somebody who wants to like support a bunch of streamers, the meta to do that would not be like subscribing to a bunch of them. What I think the smart thing to do would be like subscribe to Twitch Turbo, because like yeah, Twitch gets the money from that, but like whatever. So you don't get ads, and then get a bunch of bits, and then just donate bits to streamers that you want to, be nice to or help out a little bit. And then you can like drop a sub on like the channels that you particularly like. I think that's the smartest way to do it. I think YouTube should also have something similar to that. Like something similar to bits. I feel like that's something that they should do. I mean, they have super chats and the super thanks, but I feel like something like that would be pretty cool. Something that I feel like YouTube is lacking in when it comes to live streaming is it doesn't feel as interactive as Twitch. Like you can't really like if there's a way to set up sound alerts and stuff on YouTube, I don't know how. It's not really seamless. They don't really have that kind of stuff. They don't have animated emotes. They don't allow you to use emotes across, all of YouTube. A lot of things that I think they could work on with the live streaming. Something I think is very interesting is recently YouTube had an update for live streaming that allows you can like vertical stream and horizontal stream at the same time. So if people are like scrolling through shorts, they can come across your live stream as well. And Twitch is also experimenting with that too, but I don't really understand why though, because the way they're set up, they don't really have like a shorts thing for YouTube. For YouTube, it makes sense. Because there are people who do like vertical streams for YouTube shorts. For Twitch, I don't really see the point in that. I feel like they're just kind of, it's like, oh, YouTube's doing it, so we have to do it too. There's also like, there is blatant favoritism amongst Twitch. That's kind of like been a known thing for a long time. And if you're not one of their favorites, you're kind of on your own unless you're like backed by a corpo, which, 99% of streamers are not. So, I think that's very unprofessional. I think there's a balance. I think the CEO should be aware of what's going on the platform. I think there should be communication between the creators and the CEOs. I don't think the CEO should have like friendly relationships with the you either need a corpo, you need like a business. No, you don't need that many fans. If you're mid-size to bigger size, then like you're good. But it's really not as bleak as you're making it sound. It's not that bad. I think the fact that platforms like Twitch and YouTube exist and people can make a living, or at least, extra money to express themselves is a good thing. Even not just the money, to be able to, create a community for yourself. It's not something that anybody can do. That's only possible because of these platforms. So I feel like that's worth acknowledging as well. I don't know. For the most part, if you play by the rules, you'll be fine. I do feel like VTubers, a lot of VTubers have a little bit of a weird persecution complex. And they do feel like they're being targeted just because they're being a VTubers, and then you look at what they did and they're like, okay, I see. Was it because you're a VTuber specifically, or I don't know. So there's that too. What I'm saying is there's a lot more nuance. That Twitch needs work, but there's a lot more nuance to the conversation. Also, I don't know, a lot of the problems don't really concern me, so it's a little bit hard to care. That might sound a little bit rude. I can't care about everything. You can't care about everything. It's more productive to focus on yourself and your own things and the own things you have going on than caring about every bad thing that's happening everywhere to everybody. Does that make sense? It's good to have empathy, it's good to care about things happening to people, but caring about everything is awfully draining. Especially when they're matters in your own life that you need to be caring about, and nobody's gonna take care of those things and care about them for you. So you kind of have to choose, you know? You kind of have to choose, you know, what's important. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't want a big creator to speak up for me in my favor. I don't very much take kindly to being pitied. Honestly, if there's one way to piss me off is to like come across as if you're pitying me. That makes me really upset. I know that's mostly a me problem. That's like I don't know, whatever complex I have regarding that. But I don't know. I wish the platforms have a lot of problems, and I wish they were better. I really do. They probably will get. I don't want to say that they'll get worse. I want to believe that they. I don't know. It'll probably be like one step forward, two steps back in progress with these until something like really, really drastic happens and they have to change, because they're capable of doing the right thing. It's like they know what they should be doing, but they don't want to do it. And I think that's the most frustrating thing. But I suppose things like favoritism and unfair treatment, regardless of what industry you are in or where you are, they're not things that can be, how you say, they're not things that you can, they're not things that, they're things that'll always exist no matter where you go. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. Also, hello, Laughingstock, how are you? I'm just kinda yapping. I think for a V2 convention, I would love to go to Offkai. I'd love to have a meet and greet. I don't think I'm relevant enough to have that. I mean, I could have an unofficial meet and greet. You know, I could like say that I'm going to Offkai and I'll be at so and so place. If you wanna like if you wanna meet me, we can do that. I don't think there's anything against the rules regarding that. That's kind of something, but I think being invited to a con is definitely a bucket list thing. I'm doing okay. I need to open the window. It's kind of hot in here. Maybe not the window. first response is playing MNS in the background. That's fine. That is totally fine. I understand. I totally understand if people like fall asleep or space out in the middle of the stream. That's kind of what the stream is for, right? But yeah. Oh no. I don't think. Yeah. It makes me sad though. It does make me sad that Twitch is the way that it is and that YouTube is the way that it is. But there's nothing I can really do except try to make good content for the community that I have. You know, that's all I can do. Is do my very best for you guys. And honest, at some point I might get fucked over by Twitch or YouTube at some point. That's kind of like a rite of passage for a content creator. It's a rite of passage for a Twitch streamer to get banned for no reason. It's a rite of passage to get randomly demonetized on YouTube. My time will come for those. I just hope I'll be in a position where I can handle it, and it's not as it could be very devastating. Depending on your size. If you're very small, you're kind of screwed. If you're a bit bigger, you might have more of a chance at survival, but it happens to everybody. Especially because I make ASMR and like YouTube kind of doesn't like ASMR for some reason. I feel like it's because like there's like a lot of like ASMR that shouldn't be on YouTube, and I think it because like all of like YouTube's moderation, or like 99% of YouTube's moderation is done by bots. Like it's automated, everybody knows this, and I think the bot is like confused, so like it kind of just thinks that ASMR is just automatically bad and it shouldn't be on YouTube, so it kind of just hits like channels that it shouldn't be, channels and content that it shouldn't be hitting, because they can't be erased. Like if they're going to rely so heavily on the bot, they should probably be training it better and like making sure they're constantly tweaking it. You know, they should be on top of it, make sure like they're constantly tweaking it and making sure it's the best it can be. I don't understand. I don't understand why they'll rely so heavily on it and then like not like, if you're gonna rely on it, then like fine, but then just make sure it works. You know? Felt a huge hateful because a few people making not very digestible audio. Yeah, but for so few people to ruin it seems crazy. Yeah, like if there's content on YouTube that shouldn't be on YouTube, okay, like take it down. I agree with it, but that doesn't, then don't punish the people that are playing by the rules. That's not fair. Gone to the point where if you breathe into the mic too much during ASMR, the bot might ping you. We're not gonna fix it though. No. I don't think just fix it. Just fix it. Like I don't know. Like you're the one. I don't know. You're the one who made it. So like, do it right. Like I don't know what to tell you. I started making a massive push for YouTube to be more kid and advertiser friendly despite YouTube Kids existing. Here's the thing about YouTube Kids. Hot take. Hot take. YouTube Kids should not be a thing. Especially since they do not vet the content on that. They should not have been pushing for, since they are a website that you need to be at least 13 to make an account, which me personally, I think 13 is too young for social media, but that's another discussion for another day. I think it should be at least 16. But they, you know, that's how we had things like Elsa Gate and stuff, is because they did not, they cannot be urged to vet the content properly. And again, they got into a lot of trouble with the government because they were collecting data from children who were much too young to have their data collected, and because they wanted to be greedy, and they got hit by the massive lawsuit. And that was like how the whole COPPA debacle happened as well. They should not have been trying to push for child-friendly content at all. Does that mean that YouTube should be like a lawless, edgy landscape? No. Does that mean that like content for children or more family content or more wholesome content should not exist on YouTube? No. But they shouldn't have been trying to turn it into fucking like Fisher Price. Like they shouldn't have been doing that, because they were greedy and they wanted to get that advertiser money from children. They wanted to exploit children, and they wanted to exploit the attention and the naivety of children to squeeze money out of them. And that's really gross. Okay? And even then, like you can say like, oh, parents should like, yeah, okay, like not every child has good parents. Like let's the children that have good parents that are watching over their stuff, they're doing that. Like you don't have to worry about them. Having said that, even like a good chill child, a child with like good parents, right? You know, like what's the harm? What's the harm in like, oh, I'm going to cook dinner. Here, watch this on the iPad for a couple minutes. You know, just so they sit still while you're cooking dinner. And then the first video is like a video that you know this channel, and you know that it's good for your child to watch. So you give them the phone, you give them the iPad so they can watch it. But while your back is turned, they click on something. And then it's like the Elsa Gate stuff. You know? That's not the parent's fault, that's not the child's fault, that's the person. They shouldn't be uploading that. that shouldn't have been allowed on the platform at all. There were children who were legitimately traumatized by that stuff. So badly that they had to see a therapist. And like during like the whole Elsa Gate stuff, a lot of child psychologists said that a lot of the reasons why a lot of new patients came into their office was because of something that the child saw on YouTube, and it traumatized them very, very badly, and they needed to see its therapist for it. You know? I don't think, if they're going to allow that like content for children to exist on their platform, which I don't think is bad, I'm not saying that it's bad, then it needs to be vetted properly. Just slapping the "oh, this is for kids" label on it is not vetting it. That is just the bot that is like reading the title or looking at the keywords and determining that it's for children. I've seen that is not like a proper vetting, like this video is appropriate for children to watch. That's not enough. Oh fuck. Jesus. Sorry. Yeah. Fuck the parts they got away with it. They had to slap on the wrist, which was almost, and it was off the next scheme. Yeah, it was so gross. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my phone. Hang on, let me put it on silent. But yeah, I think, yeah. So that's what I really. And then it was the content creators that had to take the fall for it. Now you have to be really careful about what you post, because if your video is too colorful or too cutesy, you might get slapped with the "oh, it's for kids" thing. When YouTube wanted to be greedy and exploit children, and they wanted to enable people exploiting children. And that's not okay. Am I gonna watch me get banned off of both YouTube and Twitch for saying that they're terrible? Yeah, you're terrible. You suck. I hate you. Be better. Yeah, AI slap for kids. Yeah, it's really bad, because like children, they can't determine that. Well, if they weren't doing almost cartoonishly evil shit, maybe people wouldn't be upset about it. True. I don't know. I don't like the thought of, because like people always like like, are there bad parents that don't give a shit about their children or just like let them be raised by an iPad? Of course. But what about the mother who's just like, watch this for 5 minutes while I cook dinner? I'm at the line at the bank, and I need you to sit still for a few minutes. Just watch this. Is there any harm in that? I don't think so. And they should be able to do that without like their child seeing something that they shouldn't see. You know? I don't think they're a bad parent for like those little. How many times did your parents put you in front of the TV when you were a kid, when you were being too hyperactive and they needed to get something done? And they could do that because like there are laws of what can be shown on TV for children's programming and what can't be. There is no such laws for YouTube. And there should be. Remember when kids watched cartoons and fun animation on YouTube? Yeah. And the thing is that good content still exists. It's just that YouTube is just fucking over the good channels and the good people, and you just want to lift up corporations and garbage on their platform. Which is a shame. Yeah, least amount of effort, massive amount of payoff. And so the thing is like, you don't have to do anything. You just have to let people make things, and the money will come. Just let people cook. Your platform exists because of people making things, so just let them make things. What's the problem? I don't get it. What's the problem? It runs itself. It's like how a VTuber agency will have a bunch of really talented people and then will just be assholes and do everything to stifle their growth with a bunch of pointless rules, and it's just just let them cook. Just give them the resources to make good content and the money will come. You literally don't have to do anything. You literally don't have to do anything. You found yourself an infinite money glitch. Yet they still want to fumble it. Niji-sanji not be openly abusive to the challenge. Yeah, it's really bad. Niji-sanji also has a lot of really bad favoritism. I did audition. I auditioned for Niji-sanji once upon a time. I did not get in because I used to really like Niji-sanji. I used to watch Niji-sanji more than I watched Hololive, and I really like Hololive. I really liked Niji-sanji. Whenever a new wave debuted, I was so excited because I was like, oh my god, new Niji-sanji people! I'm so excited! Can't wait to watch them. And I loved. And there's still quite a few talents in Niji-sanji that I do genuinely enjoy. I just don't really watch them because I don't want to support the company in any capacity. You know, even if it's for a little bit of I don't want to support. It's not something I feel good supporting, even in a little way, and yeah, I was really sad. I was really sad when I didn't get in, and I was like, okay, I'll just keep auditioning. I'll just keep streaming, I'll keep auditioning, until I become a streamer that they can consider. And then a bunch of all of that came out. And then I was like, okay, never mind. Same with V-Shoujo. I auditioned for V-Shoujo as well. I was also pretty bummed that I didn't get in. But I thought well, next time. And there is no next time. Quite a few of I think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that most of the VTuber agencies I've auditioned for are now defunct. They do not exist anymore. So I think it's okay. I mean, Niji-sanji is fine, to say their name because nobody likes Niji-sanji. But if the company still exists, I probably wouldn't name drop them. But yeah, I auditioned for quite tried a few. I've never even gotten a call back for an audition. I know that a couple of times people have asked me if I would ever consider joining a corpo, and I would. I would genuinely. It's just no one is really interested in hiring me, which I understand it's very competitive, and I don't have any like super standout talents. I'm a little funny. I'm a little bit funny, and I have a voice that people like to listen to, and that's pretty much all I have going for me. I draw, but like, I don't really like to draw on stream because I'm not confident in my drawing abilities. I can't sing very well. Again, I'm not really confident in my singing either. I'm not a cracked gamer. All I have is my voice and jokes. That's it. That's all I got. And that's not enough when you're up against people who, you know, average more viewers than you, who are multi-talented, who can speak lots of languages. Having a nice voice and jokes isn't enough. Stop doubting yourself, you're much more, trust me. And the chat see it and recognize it. I am happy. I am very happy that I have people that only VTuber even bother trying to show up to streams anymore, if that says something. Yeah. That's something, I guess. I used to follow this agency called V-Reverie, and they basically promoted their first few gens after massive fan backlash, made their discourse only accessible via Patreon/YouTube memberships, and made it beneficial to mention what happened with their first few gens. I think I did not audition for V-Reverie. I auditioned for AN Project. Have you ever heard of that? You ever heard of that agency? It also kind of crashed and burned. Let's see. I auditioned for Production Kawaii. There was nothing bad happened with Production Kawaii. They just ran out of money. They just ran out of money, so they had to close doors. They did let all of the talents like keep their channels and the IP though, so that's nice. But like, yeah, you need money to run a business. Same for Pixelink. I auditioned for Gen 1 and Gen 2 of Pixelink. Didn't get in either time. I was very sad about that. But I was like, you know what? Gen 3. I find out that there will be no Gen 3 because Pixelink also ran out of money. No, they didn't run out of money. The CEO got really, really sick. And he got too sick to run it. So they had to close down the company. Which is sad. Nothing bad happened. I mean, the financial side of being investment isn't too bad. Not in 2025, because there are a lot of really nice models that you can get for relatively cheap. There's customizable models, there's pre-made models. Free free overlays, free like yeah, you can get started for relatively cheap. And that's definitely the best way to go. You should definitely start cheap and then go from there, you know. And start with a PNG. I started with a PNG. And do I still have the PNG that I used? I might desktop. I do. Yeah. This is Proto Coelho. Pretty cute, right? She's like a little sheep girl. She's pretty cute. Yeah. I have some. This isn't. I wouldn't even say. This isn't even like Proto Koala. There's actually like some way older ones. Let me find them. I believe I posted them in like the Discord or something. I'm gonna have to scroll. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. You want something unique? Cost you your kidneys. Oh, I mean, the model that I want is definitely gonna cost. It's definitely gonna cost a few $1,000s. I think after all said and done, it's probably gonna cost like $5,000. But I'm not in a rush to get like the custom model, so it's okay. Yeah, she's pretty cute. She's still a bunny. She's got the pink hair. She's pretty cute. I like the little snaggle tooth. That definitely suits my vibe, I would say. Yeah, she's very cute. She's very cute. Yes. Proto Koala. Probably a few others, but I feel like those are kind of lost to time. There's this one too. Also a bunny. You know what's really funny? This was before I met Teddy. This was way before I met Teddy. I like how she's holding a teddy bear. It's like a little telling of the future, huh? I think that's really cute, actually. It kind of makes me happy, actually. Yeah. Yeah. And when I started, there wasn't even as much resources as there is now. Even like finding, there wasn't that many like people who could like make models. Now there's so many. Something similar that happened to you too? What happened? Yeah, it's very interesting. I feel like, yeah, happy I became a VTuber. I'm happy I was able to meet a bunch of people that I could make happy. You guys make me happy too. I feel like you guys make me happier than I could. You guys give me more happiness than I feel like you could ever. Wait, no. Let me word this correctly. You guys give me more happiness than I feel like I can give you. Yeah. I need to be like careful because if I talk too much about this, I'm gonna cry again. I don't want to cry on stream again because that's really negative happiness is crazy. I don't want to cry on stream again. That's really cringe, but crying in front of your view, exactly. It's so cringe. It's so lame. You know, you don't understand. I felt like such a baby. Cringe is also kind of sweet. So yeah, I'm glad you became a VTuber. Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of I wanna I think about like nice things that I want. Good night, laughing stock. I I want to thank you for the hydrate. I want to be a VTuber that you guys can be proud to support. You know, if that makes sense. I want to be a VTuber that you know, you can say that I like Sweet Koala and you feel proud of it, you know. I don't know, some that you can that's done cool stuff. Um, there's so much that I want to do for you guys. I'm not crying. Shut up. There's so much I want to do for you guys. I wanna make you happy. I'm a proud fellow fan, except for all the war crimes. When have I ever committed a war crime on stream on purpose? War crimes are base. I've never, not on purpose. I don't know. But yeah, I think about like, I wanna do something, I wanna do special things for you guys, you know? I wanna make very nice videos for you to enjoy. I wanna make like nice covers for you to listen to. I wanna I wanna do nice things. And I know you're content with the ASMR streams, you know, the simple ASMR streams. You're content with the visual novel reading streams. You're content with like the gaming streams and my subpar at best gaming skills. Okay, you're content with all of that, and that's great, but I feel like you deserve better. Like, not deserve, you deserve more, you know? Like, I want some, just like, it's like you do so much for me, and I want you to have the best, you know? And you're gonna say, oh, you're already the best, but I want more. I want to do more. Because I feel like that's like the best way I can repay you all for all that, because time is precious, and then you decide to, spend your time, with me. Some of you like, and then like some of you like do the extra mile, and you donate bits, you give subs and stuff. Um, and and you do all of that for me, you know. So I wanted to 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 I'm gonna cry again. I need to like calm down before I cry because I don't want to cry on stream again. um, ASMR category is quite the minefield field, yeah. I mean, no, no ear looking here. Just vibe, just an awkward girly doing her best. Nero bought you McDonald's. She, that's nice of her. But no ear looking, only with bottomies, yeah. But also to answer your question, Feather Dust, I very much enjoy VTubing. It makes me very happy. Um, not to trauma dump, but oftentimes my home life is not the best. So this gives me some, you know, this is like a safe space away from that. Yeah, you did. You said like you said that like VTubing is like can be a minefield. Oh, thank you for the bits, Jay. That's really sweet. Thank you. Going to bed. Thank you for doing what you do. Keep pushing and doing what you love to do. Thank you, Jay. Sleep well. Yeah, I don't wanna trauma dump because I don't like to be pitied. I hate being pitied. That's cringe. Um, yeah. Oh, maybe someone else asked me if I enjoy VTubing, but I do enjoy VTubing. But yes, um, without like uh going. Yeah, that was you, Tentacola. Sorry, you both have the little banana next to your name. I got you mixed up. But um, yeah, my home life is kind of not ideal a lot of the times. Some of the times, um, and this is like this is it feels like I have like a little place that I can belong and I can go to, and I I don't want to cry. I feel tears. I feel tears welling in my eyes. I don't want to cry. um, but like I feel like Noref has had a nice place where I can forget a while and have some fun. I'm glad I can be that for you. But like now having, there are some days where like it kind of gets like really hard for me and I can't stream at all. But um, I I'm so grateful. You don't. Why I'm so like. No, you are a part of. You're a pack rabbit too, Feather Dust. Um, you don't want to cry. Just think of Kokichi and his stupid gooner face. Yeah, I. That's why like I want you guys to have the best because you don't realize because like you might not realize how much you've helped me, how much you how much you've done for me, you know. And I you know, it's just I just like this all this kindness. How do I want to repay it back. And even if you say you don't have to do anything, you just have to be you. That just makes me want to do more for you. And sometimes it's frustrating that I can't do everything that I want to do. You know, good old Koichiko will never forget our Danganronpa trade is one of the funniest times when you're streaming. Always fun with Danganronpa is really memorable. I'm glad streaming the entire Danganronpa series is very fun. I'm really glad I got to experience that game with you all. You know. I'm not crying. Thank you for that. I'm not crying, I swear. That's cringe. I can't cry. This model doesn't have a crying toggle, so therefore I'm not crying. uh, you say you don't know how much you being able to watch your streams and crack stupid jokes to each other might help a viewer who's going through it. I guess that is true, yeah. Someone is cutting onions, yeah. Who's cutting onions at my desk? Weirdo. Creep. Who's the creep cutting onions at my desk? It's a terrible day. Home life and rest. I know it isn't your playstyle, but what's school we can be a cool outlet to stream to. Yeah, I really did need something like this to prevent me from going insane. In this tiny room. But yeah, it really is. It's really nice. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that you guys all found me. Trying to figure out my Twitch. I'm like a grandpa. Yeah, the internet was for the first time. Yeah, I agree. I need to. I need it too. So helpful. I'm glad I found you. You're awesome. Yeah, I still feel like I can do more. I still want to do more. I want to. I know I'm not really a sparkling idol. uh, I like to joke about that, but I don't know if I can really. That's not really me, you know. Comfy vibes at odd hours and I can't sleep are always appreciated. I'm glad. Seeing the sparkling idol thing burn folks out fast. Yeah, it's not really me. I'm a bit too I'm a bit too, I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of a brat to be a sparkling idol. I still want to do idol stuff though. It would be nice to, do 3D idol things, even though I'm very much not a sparkling idol, but that's okay. That's fine. That's fine. Nobody will know. I mean, yeah, that's okay. We're not good. It's okay. You can't be good at everything. But I'm very. You're Kalala, that's more than enough. Imagine being so cute. Fear me. Look at how scary I am. I'm gonna like turn that off because I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of talking. Fear me. The only thing I fear is my wallet because I want to spoil you. Jesus. Look. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate all of the pack rabbits. I do. I never really thought I would have, I don't know. I guess I never really thought I could be like I mean, not even interesting enough, just like I don't know, cheerful enough to have people like want to talk to me and be around me. I always felt like I don't know. I still kind of feel like my disposition it might be a little bit too gloomy to be a VTuber. And sometimes I feel like there's days where I don't stream because I feel like I'm like a bit too like sad, and I feel like I'm gonna make everybody else sad, so I shouldn't stream, and so I don't. But because I want to make everybody happy, and not being a sad girl doesn't seem like the way to do that. 9 times out of 10. I don't know. Some people like that. Like I can fix her. I can fix her. And if I could fix myself. Persona you find on seems authentic and healthy. Yeah, it's mostly just it's really just me when I'm in a good mood. that's pretty much what Koala is. It's Koala when I'm in the headspace to socialize. Which thanks to you guys has been a lot more calm often. I still have pretty bad days, but like you know, when I look at like a week and when I see that I've streamed like most of the days that week or all of them, I feel pretty happy. You know, I was like, yeah, this is a good week. We got through it. Yay. Take that, depression. said pretty clear you care about you, enjoy your company, and your wit. You never make us sad. We're here for you. Yeah. My wit? My wit is just me being a brat. I just never talk. I just comment on what I see all the time. Never shut up. Is it kind of like low stakes socializing? Yeah, kinda. I would say so. It's pretty on. I'd say it's kind of on par with like talking to the cashier at the store. I guess it's pretty low. It's pretty low stakes. What's the cashier gonna do? The worst they can do is think I'm a bit weird, which isn't untrue. What is a brat's weapon of choice? I need to take my own advice, but it's the little moments like this where you're just sitting and having fun, cracking jokes. The world sucks, but things are here now, okay? Things are good now. These moments like this help us through the rough parts. It's okay. Things are rough sometimes. Moments like this remind us that things aren't gonna be rough forever. Exactly. Definitely not feeling much feeling being in there in my brain. Yeah, sometimes I don't really care to be in my brain, but I'm I mean, I've improved a lot thanks to streaming. You know, I used to be like borderline agoraphobic. If you don't know, it's like being afraid of going outside. Like pretty close to being there. Like there were days where like I wouldn't even leave my own room. And now I go out a lot more. You know, I'll go to the library. I started volunteering at the animal shelter, at the cat shelter too. Um, I used to be really anxious to take the bus. Like if I was like on the bus, I'd be like shaking like really badly. Because I was outside. And like the longer I was outside, the more like anxious I got. But now that's not really a problem. I can like go outside and be like, okay, I'm fine. Calm down. You're just on the bus. Jesus. You're sitting at the bus. You're not on a. It's a bus. Calm down. I'm sure the cats appreciate it. I like the cats. I do. I like the cats a lot. Yeah. You know. Some are a little feistier than others, but I don't know. Even if a cat scratches you, you can't help but forgive them. It's like, oh, I probably did something wrong. I'm sorry, sir. I overstepped. I overstepped. I'm sorry. Yeah. My entire chest is full of scars from my tuxedo cat was a kitten is yet to realize, hey, I have sharp things on my feet, and they really hurt when I scratch people. Yeah, I kind of forget about that. Or sometimes they don't really mean to scratch you. They're just kind of like swiping at you to be playful, but they just end up scratching you. Like they're not like trying to be. Just like same with biting too. Like a lot of times when they bite you, unless it's like really hard, they're not trying to 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 hurt you. They're just being playful. They're just not aware that claws and teeth are sharp. Whoopsies. He's learned, like, if I scratch and knead and bite where claws are, it doesn't hurt him. If I do it with skin, it does hurt him. Since then, it's not so bad. Yeah. Yeah, unless they're literally attacking you, they don't mean harm. Yeah, most of the time, no. I mean, sometimes they might be, like, kind of annoyed and they just want you to leave them alone. Even then, it's not, like, aggressive. Like, if a cat is, like, getting aggressive or, like, angry, you can tell. But if they're just, like, stop touching me now. it's you know, it's not that bad. Also, like, the cat scratches hurt, but they're not that bad. You know, a lot of the times you don't even need to put a band-aid on it. Just, like, clean it and you're good. um, you can Discord, Shadow. I have a domestic long hair. He's like, if I come to you for attention, is it acceptable if you come to me, I will eat you. Yeah. Which is fair. Cats they just like their own space, you know? That's not a bad thing. You know? If people like to have their own space and their space is respected, then like a cat should also have their space respected as well, you know? That's not a bad thing. You know? It's funny because he's a grumpy old man. He's barely 2 years old, kitty. That's the name of your cat. Oh yeah, Teddy. There's a cat that, like, has been hanging around Teddy's work. Oh my god, there's the kitty. What a cutie. Um, yeah, I've decided if I get a cat, if it's a male cat, I wanna name him Dilbert. Yeah. Dilbert. Yes. There was a cat at the shelter who's an absolute sweetie. He was very silly. He's a silly, sweet boy. And his name was Dilbert. And I really wanted to take him home, but my parents do not like cats, so there was no way I could ever take him home. And then a couple weeks later, he wasn't at the shelter anymore because he got adopted. Which made me sad, but I was happy that he found a new home. You know? Because the reason why he was surrendered to the shelter is because his previous owner got too sick to look after him. And he seemed to be a very friendly cat, so it seemed like he really missed being around. He was fine around other cats, of course. It seemed like he really missed being around people. He really liked to be around people, you know. So I'm glad that he found a home, though. I just wish I could have taken him home. So if I ever get a cat, I'm gonna name him Dilbert. Honestly, I think that's a pretty goated name for a cat. It's so silly, you know? Dilbert. Yeah, let me see. Oh, they're so cute. Not moody at all. Yes, W name, yeah. They got a girl cat, I'd name her Luna. You know, after the cat in Sailor Moon. Bonus points if it's a black cat. Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. So my sister did. She named her cat Luna. And I've met a couple of Luna cats, yeah. Yeah. I think... Okay. I think I'm gonna head off for the night. I think my voice is kinda going. And I am streaming tomorrow, so I should preserve my voice a little bit. Thank you all for hanging out with me again today. Thanks again for all the bits. I really do appreciate it. It's not necessary, but thank you a lot so much for that. I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. Yeah, needed the chat. I'm glad I could help you with that. I hope you guys all could sleep. Everybody who's sleeping, sweet dreams. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody.